Today we're going to look at how to build a rabbit hutch using pallets, reclaimed wood. As you can see, the rabbits are having fun. They are chill out, plenty of room for them. So we're going to go through it, how I built my pallet rabbit hutch. I have already built a couple of them. This was the first one I built last year before I got my bunnies in June, and since then I've gone on to buy these one, to build this one, not buy, build it. I built this one here, and now I've built the first one I showed you. So it's all built with pallets. If that is your thing and you have access to pallets, let me show you how I do mine. So we got the pallets here as a whole pallet. Sometimes I break them into 2 or 3 depending on how it is. And today we're going to use this one here. And you can see that with pallets there are always holes in between, there are always space in between, and to use this one as a whole we have to I'll show you. I've done this one prior. I'll show you how I do it, but I've done this one prior. But as you can see, I've sealed all the holes and cut the middle bit from it. So this is one side ready. This is one side ready, and I'm gonna take you through how I do it. I'm gonna work on this one whilst you look. If it's too slow for you, you can fasten it, or you can watch it how I do it at Rabito Famino, where I do all my rabbit stuff in, and I'll show you how it goes. So first of all, I'm gonna have to cut all the middle bit, so I cut it in a way that I'm able to lift it easily. And cut it here. Okay, I'm not able to save that one, but with pallets almost nothing is wasted. So I hope this helps someone if you are thinking of using pallets to build something. You win some and you lose some, and that's the whole beauty of it. I didn't buy any of these, so it's fine if I'm not able to save every bit, but I try to use every bit of the pallet. And maybe I'll make another video showing you how to break pallets, because believe it or not, it's a therapy. How to break things is actually a thing. So I go. All right. Okay. Now with the nails, if you want to hammer it in, fine, but I like to take it off because sometimes when I'm using the screw is will be in line with where I want to pull. So you hammer it a bit because it might be rusted and attached to the wood. So once you hammer it a bit, that helps it to come out. If you force it, you might not be able to get it out. So there is a bit of patience right there. Not all out, but just you hammer it a little bit just to free it. So why pallet? I love using pallet because it's free, number one, and also because pallet is treated, because obviously it's used to transport stuff internationally and locally, so it's already been treated, and they actually use very good wood for pallet, and sometimes it's even better than the one that you're going to buy from the retailers, and it's free. And there's another reason I did mention earlier on. You see that one is rusted and attached to the wood, so I will have to hammer that one out. Maybe that one too, we'll see. Okay, so both of them are not coming out, so I'll just hammer them in and hope for the best. So let's get these guys out. Right. Yeah, pallet is free, and the best thing is very, very nice on my pocket. I think that's the biggest winner. And if you have a van, like I do have a van, so that makes it easier for me. If I was using a car, probably I won't be able to do to get these pallets into this place. I happen to have a van, thank God for that. It's a multi-user van, so I do use it for various things. That one went right in. Okay, let's move it. That one will be hard to come off. Okay, it's come off nicely. So all the nails done. So this is where it becomes a bit of a hard work, because now I have to try to seal all these woods that are missing in the middle. So with that, I have to take measurements, which I hate. I hate taking measurements, but I'll have to take measurements. So I'm going to measure from this to that. I know is 1 meter. That's how wide the room is going to be, 1 meter. Oh, is it over? Hang on. 1 meter. That's way over. So I'm going to have to do something here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use, because this pallet is bigger, wider than this one, I want to reduce it so that they are all the same size. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this measurement here, which is, sorry if you can't see it, I'm the cameraman and at the same time. So that is 97. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this to 97. So I hope you can see me. So yeah, you can see me. So I'm going to reduce this to 97. So there you go, 97, which is a shame because it's right there. So I'm going to cut the edges off and then use the plank further. Right, so that's 97. That's 97. In a way, it makes it easy or difficult. So let's see. So I'm just going to cut it. Yeah, just going to cut it. Right, so I got it all cut. Only thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just move this to the edge here, and that will be perfect for merging with the other one. I'm gonna quickly remove all the excess. Okay, I can do that on the table better. If I lean this to the side, I'll try to use these. This is what I love and hate, breaking things. I love it and I hate it at the same time. So I'll try to remove it. I'm not trying to save the nails or anything because I can always use the other side. Okay, but if I can remove the nails, I will remove them rather than leave them there. Okay, so some of the nails would not like to come, which is fine. Not gonna sweat over that. Okay. Not too worried about any nail that doesn't want to come out. I'm okay with them. Okay. Let's get them out. Pallet work is patient work because sometimes it's difficult. I've done a lot of things with pallets. The thing with doing stuff is the more you do it, the better you become. So this is cut and paste, easily done. So I just have to put it back like that, and I've turned it the other way around, so it is perfectly fine. Now I have to turn it around again because all right, let me hold it with a clamp so that I don't lose ground. Okay, I got it held. Nicely held. Let me put some more clamps there for good. Oh, this is too small a clamp. That should be all right. These two should be all right. So all I have to do is to spin it round. Pallet work is not for the lazy. If you like breaking things, pallets work is your friend. So now I'm gonna put some nails in them. I use screws because, believe me, I love to change things, and if I was using nails I won't be able to save anything. So I don't want it to break, so I'm gonna dig a little hole in all of them. I'm gonna drill holes in them. Let me deal with those ones first, and then I'll come to the end once I remove the clamp. I love screws rather than nails. Like I said, if I decide to use the wood for something else, I will just have to unscrew it and off I go, which I do most of the time. Like I showed you the big one that I'm gonna take down. If I'd use nails, it will be difficult to remove it, but because I've used screws, it's going to be easier than, and I can almost save all the woods that I've used already. And that's the beauty of pallets, or of using the screws as against using nails. Nice. Okay, let's go to the next stage, which is trying to seal the hole or the space in between these guys. and that is kind of a little bit tedious, this one. But here's how I do it, because I do not like taking measurement. I would rather do it like this. Let me turn it around. If you have anger problem, dealing with pallet will help you. It has helped me, so it can help you too. I think this one is too wide. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna measure. I hate measuring once again. I'm gonna measure once again. I'm gonna measure, I think it's 97. Yeah, 97 it is. 97, which is 2 feet. 3 feet and something. Closer to 1 meter, put it that way. I'm rubbish at measurement, so please forgive me. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure this one of that measurement I had. 3 feet and 7, as I call it. And I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna do one as a model. I'm gonna use one as a model, and rest of them will follow. Oops. Good. So now this is where it gets tedious. Let me turn it around so I can show you. The gaps are not equal, so what's going to happen is I'll have to measure them individually, and it gets too long, and I don't like measurement, so this is what I do. I cheat. Probably the professionals are gonna be like, what the heck is going on with this guy? This is what I do. This is how I do it. I try to wedge it in there, and then I mark the end. I remember I have to do this individually because not all of them are, they're not the same. So I will wedge it here, and then I will mark, and then I come here and I do the same. And I like it to be snug, so it means where did I strike? It means even if it's a bit over, it's better, because it's going to be snug. Let me see. Couldn't see the measurement. Okay, I think I got it. Yes. So what I do next is I get a plank, one of the planks. I don't want this to be super perfect. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be super perfect. And then what I do is I find where I have marked, and I strike my line through, because it's not perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect for those who were building this pallet. They just want to create a box and, you know, use it. So let's set this aside for now and deal with cutting this one. So I have to remove that side there. Just make sure I remove it. I've got a saw here that I could use to do that, but the blades are a bit old and it drags, so I'm going to use this one here, and then I will cut. I think the battery is giving in. Let's swap the battery. And swap this one around. Let me know what you think about pallets. If you've used pallet to build something, I'd like to know. All the sheds in my house, I built myself with a pallet. So, moment of truth for the first one. Let's see. And as I said, I'll prefer it goes in snug rather than loose. So let's see how it fits in. I'm gonna have to persuade it to get in. There we go. Persuade it from the end. Once I get one side to go in, I'll just push it in. So this is nice and snug, just the way I want it. Perfect. That's first hole sealed. And once I screw it down, it's going to settle down. So I'm going to do the rest of it off camera, and then we'll come back because it's going to be too long. So we've got all the holes drilled, sorry, all the middle bits cut, and now I'm just doing the finishing touches. I tell you, that's one of the most time involved work for me. That's because you have to measure individual space because they are not equal, and then cut. So I have finally been able to, I think I've done all of them, and I'm going to show you how it's looking like. So let's bring this here. It's a bit chaotic here because I went to get some pallets the other day, and I put it everywhere. So there we go. We got the two sides, two equal sides. They might be, one might be a bit shorter than the other one, but that's all right because I don't want them to be equal anyway. But let me bring you in so you can see what I am seeing. So There we go, with the two sides done, and that's where we are ending today's session, but we'll definitely be back and to continue. If you like the content, please subscribe, because we've got a lot of content to bring, palette content to bring you. So if you love it, please subscribe. Plenty of palette to do, plenty of work. This is Lawman DIY. If I can do it, anyone can do it. See you in the next video. Bye.